Hi, first graders. It's me, Miss Kaplan. Welcome back to reading. We're going to talk some more about poetry today. We've been reading many different kinds of poems and noticing so much about what poets do in their poems. And today, we're going to start to write some poems of our own. Today, we're going to learn how to write an acrostic poem. In acrostic poems, the first letters of each line in the poem are aligned vertically, that means they go from top to bottom, to form a word. And the word is often the subject of the poem or what the poem is about. Let's take a look at some examples of acrostic poems. Here's an acrostic poem called George. Can you guess what this poem is about? Do you recognize this character? That's Curious George. So I'm guessing this poem is going to be all about the character Curious George. I'm noticing some things about this acrostic poem. First, I see the word George that goes from top to bottom. George spells George. Acrostic poems spell the word that they're about from the top to the bottom, and that letter starts each line. Let's read this poem together. George, starting with the letter G, gets into mischief, eats bananas, often in trouble, really curious, goes to the zoo, expert climber. I noticed that the person who wrote this poem about Curious George used each line to describe something about the character George. And each line starts with one letter of George's name. Pretty cool. Let's take a look at some other acrostic poems. Let's look at this one here. Can you tell what word these letters spell from top to bottom? S-C-H-O-O-L. That spells school. S-C-H-O-O-L. This poem will probably be about school. Let's read it. Super, cool, happy, on time, outdoor play, learning. The person who wrote this poem used each letter of the word school to write about something that happens or something that people feel about school. Pretty nice. Let's look at this poem. Let's look at the letters that spell the word F-R-I-E-N-D, friend. This poem must be about friends. Let's read it together. Funny, real, interesting, enjoyable, nice, delightful. The poet who wrote this acrostic poem used each letter of the word friend and made each line of the poem an adjective about friends. Let's try to write an acrostic poem together. There are a few different options for your assignment for writing acrostic poems today. The first option you have is to write an acrostic poem about spring, the season that we're in now. S-P-R-I-N-G. You can use this paper or rewrite the word spring on your own paper. Your second option is to write your own acrostic poem about anything you want on your own blank sheet of paper or lined paper. You can also use your poetry heart map to help you think of an idea. I'm going to choose this option today. I'm going to choose something from my poetry heart map that's close to my heart and write an acrostic poem about that topic. I think I'm going to write a poem about my dog, Maisie. I love my dog so much. She is the sweetest, most wonderful dog, so I think I'll write an acrostic poem all about her. I use my heart map to help me think of that idea. There's Maisie. I'm going to start by taking a marker and writing Maisie's name from the top to the bottom so I know which letters to use for my poem. Here's how you spell Maisie's name. M-A-I-Z-E-Y. Maisie, that's my dog's name. I'm going to use each letter of her name to write a different line for my poem, and I'll try to think about different things that can describe Maisie. I want this poem to be all about her, so whatever I write needs to make sense and tell you something about my dog. Let's see, M. Ooh, I know, the word my starts with the word M, and Maisie is my dog. There's my first line. Already you know that this poem is about my dog. Let's see, words that start with A. Oh, well, Maisie is always barking. The word always starts with the letter A. Maisie is always barking. That's my second line. I. What are some words that start with the letter I? Oh, well, Maisie is so sweet. She is the sweetest little puppy. So my next line is so sweet. Z. Oh, well, when Maisie is excited, she zooms all over. I'll put an exclamation point there just to make it more fun. She zooms all over the house like this and like that. Z zooms. Think of a word that starts with the letter E. Oh, I know. The word everyone starts with the letter E, and everyone loves Maisie. Everyone loves her. Finally, the letter Y. Oh, well, I know all the people in my family say that Maisie is your best friend. She's always there for you and she loves to cuddle. There we go. Here's my acrostic poem all about my dog, Maisie. Let's read it one more time. My dog, always barking, is so sweet, zooms all over. Everyone loves her, your best friend. Your turn today, first graders. You can choose to write an acrostic poem about anything from your heart map, or you can choose to write an acrostic poem about the season of spring. I can't wait to read your poems. Bye.